Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and today I thought we would do something a little bit different. I got some gear on the table that I use to make YouTube videos, and I thought I would show y'all what I'm working with. Welcome back to Stormin' Norman Says. I am Stormin' Norman. That must mean I have something to say. And not the best quality to start this video off, because in order to show y'all my gear, I'm just filming on my phone with no microphone attached to it, no lights, nothing. Pay no attention to the Jaguars losing again on TV. But I thought I would go through the gear I have, and some of it I just got yesterday, Black Friday, and some of it's still coming, but this is what I'm working with, and the sooner I show y'all some of this stuff, the sooner we're going to switch this off to something better quality. Anyway, we'll just get started with my newest camera, which I've already done a video on, the Canon R50, and the reason I got this, I explained in the video, but if you ain't watched that video, I wanted to have a nicer camera for these type of indoor videos that I do for this channel, and there's the Canon R100 is like the base model, but the R100 has a fixed screen. It doesn't flip out. So if I had this set up, I couldn't see myself if I had the R100. So I got the R50, had a couple better features, and I thought that the price increase from the R100 wasn't that big a deal. So I got the R50, and I'm hoping to get a new lens for it if Santa Claus brings it to me. If not, then I'll have a new lens for it in January sometime. So yeah, this camera, it's small. It does the job, 4K video. It had all the things I needed it to have. We'll just say that. So I'm still learning fancy terms like aperture and frame rate and whatever, all those fancy terms and how to use this camera. Still learning all that, but we'll get there. We'll figure it out. Second thing, I want to talk about sound. I used to buy like these cheap mics from Amazon. They're okay, but it seems like any movement that you have comes in the audio, and that's annoying. So I got the Rode. I wouldn't spend the money. This ain't the most expensive one you can get, but it's Rode, so it ain't cheap. The Rode Wireless Me, and that's the part you put on the camera. That's the part I put a sticker over it that I put on me, which I'm about to put on me in a minute. And after I got this thing sometimes pulls my shirt down because it's so heavy, hanging on my shirt. So I got a lav mic. I just plug that in there, pin it on. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is a light I bought a while ago. It's made by Ulanzi. It's branded for VGM, but it says Ulanzi International Group on it. And this is a rechargeable battery, bicolor light, so you can adjust the brightness with this knob and adjust the color temperature with this knob. I bought this for light, but it's kind of a bit small. What I've been using it for lately is to put on my camera, and then I turn it on, and then I take pictures for the thumbnails. So there's that. My other light I also use, I got natural light coming in today, is this Rolino light box. If y'all remember A while back I talked about I bought some actual soft boxes with light stands and everything, and those are cool. They're cool, but if y'all can see this office, it ain't very big. So every time I'll go to make a video, I'd have to set the thing up, put the soft box together, and I'm like, this is kind of a pain in my neck. So I still got the soft boxes behind the chair over there, and I'll probably bust them out one day when I get a bigger space. But this gets the job done. Can set it up. Lighting is another thing I'm still learning how to do, and how to set things up and get angles right and everything. But usually I have this one offset, just off to the side there. Yeah, so this works pretty good. So next we got the Ulanzi TT38 vlogging tripod. Not that I do a whole lot of vlogging, but I can just stick the camera on here and hold it out, vlog with it, and when I need to put it down on the table, it's got a little switch, legs pop out, and I just set it down. I continue talking to the camera, and I've used this one the last couple of videos I made on this channel. But pretty good stuff. I really like this thing. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but then when it came in and I hit that button and things popped out, it's got a hook. I used this on my main channel video, the last one I put out. You can hang it on stuff, then, you know, flip your camera around, whatnot, get all kinds of cool angles. So it's pretty good. Like, I'm not trying to give you a whole review on it, but it works pretty good. And when I used it on my main channel video, I had my DJI on it, which makes it a lot lighter. Anyway, we're going to switch over to the good camera now. All right, much better. So, talked about lights. Another thing I have for audio, I bought this a long time ago. The Takstar SGC598, they probably don't even make this anymore. When I first started out on YouTube, I was just using my phone, and then I upgraded to basically a camcorder. And I put this on top of the camcorder for my audio, and it takes one AA battery, and it works pretty decent. Though I bought this 7-8 years ago, so I'm sure they make stuff much better than that, and probably a lot cheaper as well. Now for my other camera that I use sometime on this channel, but mainly I use it for my main channel, is I got the DJI Action 3, and I got it inside this Neewer cage. So it's about that big. Not very big at all. And I bought this camera a year ago for my trip to the mountains that I took. And you can see that on my other channel. And that thing's so tiny. And I think it does such a good job. The image stabilization on this thing is fantastic. And it's just easy to get all kinds of creative shots with this thing. And I bought this cage because it doesn't have a cold shoe mount on the top for me to mount my microphone or light or something. So I got this cage. And just slide that in there and shut it. And now it's protected, and it has all this extra stuff I can add to it. This is one of the first tripods I got, little mini tripods. Who makes this? Paddock Fly, and it's got these bendable legs. So if you need to stretch them out, get the camera lower and more closer to the ground, or if you need to just wrap them around a post or a tree limb to get it hung up somewhere to hold your camera, it can do that. And this is just a cell phone hold. This is what y'all was just on a minute ago. So this tripod comes in handy sometimes. You could also, you know, bend them up and use it for vlogging and stuff like that if you wanted to. Some of the most important things I have: super clamps with magic arms. You can clamp this onto anything, loosen it, get your camera position wherever you want it, tighten it down, and it's just going to sit there and hold it. And sometimes I put my light on this, like I'm about to do. Just do this number right here. Then you can clamp this to something and you have a light. Just wherever you need to have it. There you go. Just like that. And this one I just got in. I ordered on Black Friday. It's another super clamp with a magic arm on it. This one's a little bit longer and sturdier looking. So I haven't really used it yet. And I got my DJI mount on it. Boom. Clamp it to something and you're ready to go. I also have another one of those other ones at work for in case I need to make an impromptu video at work. Tripod. What is this called? So my buddy, Platinum Plus by Sunpack. And my buddy used to do the video at his church, and they were getting rid of this tripod and getting a new one. So he's like, hey man, you want this? I know you do YouTube videos, it might help you. So I took it, and I have since replaced it, and then I got rid of the replacement because it wasn't as good as this. This thing is old as dirt. It's aluminum. It's bulky. It's not easiest thing to carry around. That's why I don't carry it around. I keep it in here. Sometimes I take it outside. But I feel like, and I've not looked it up, I don't even know if they make this anymore, the 6400 UT. But nothing, I want to buy a nice tripod at some point, but none of the cheap mess on Amazon holds a candle to this thing here. Now I know there's better tripods out there, but I'm just saying if you want to go on Amazon and spend $20, $30, $40 on a tripod, it ain't going to touch this thing. The one I bought that I think I showed y'all in my Prime Day video, that thing was okay, but it just wasn't going to cut it for what I do with it. So I donated it to work because we have a TikTok channel at work. If you want to watch, it's called Fantastic Floor Shenanigans. If you want to watch that on TikTok. So I donated it to work so they might can use it for their TikTok videos they do. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? So this is the first bag I bought. It's not the first bag I bought. For my action cam when I only had an action cam. And I was trying to find, I bought a little camera case for it. I didn't like it. It didn't hold all the stuff I wanted. I bought a little backpack for it. It didn't hold all the stuff I wanted. So I was like, I mainly use this thing to make videos in the garage working on my truck. So I bought a tool bag. And this works as the best camera bag for the little DJI. And in here I have all kinds of mounts. I got this suction cup mount, a thing I bought for my trip to the mountains. Suction cupped it to the window. I could record while I was driving. Selfie mount. This is the main thing. This is the main one I use a lot with this thing. It's from Ulanzi because I love Ulanzi. Let me show you how this one works. Put it on there like that. You can hold it like that, or you can extend it out, tilt it forward, and you can vlog with it like this, or put the legs out. Now you got a little tripod. So this thing is incredibly handy, and I'm pretty sure I brought this with me when I went to the mountains as well, so I could film myself while I was walking through the woods. Awesome little tripod. I think they make these for cell phones as well. My clip, I used this for a hiking video I did, a couple hiking videos. Well, for a hiking video I did When I thought I was going to get into hiking, then my situation changed and I couldn't do that anymore. But backpack clip, you got your backpack on, just clip this on there, and then the camera is pointing out in front of you, and you can record what you're doing while you're walking around with the backpack. I also use this when I'm working on my truck. I can put the camera on it, clip it to the sun visor, and just have it pointing at whatever it is I'm working on out there. This is probably going to go into my cabin, into my storage box in the closet, because I don't ever use it. It's a selfie stick, but it only works with a cell phone, and I don't really film with a cell phone that much. So it's pretty awesome though. This thing, like if I was to extend it out, it would dang near touch that wall back there. It's long. You push the buttons and it extends out with the legs and whatnot. So it's pretty cool, but I don't really have a use for it because I don't ever record with my cell phone. Magnetic mounts. I got this flexible magnetic mount that I use with my camera. It sticks on there. I got this recommended by a couple of YouTubers, but I don't love it. It's okay, but I don't love it because when you put it down, the weight of the camera can sometimes, even though that camera is not heavy, it can sometimes make it bend over and kind of mess up your shot. But not a bad option. Who makes this? Noodle. And then my other magnetic mount is this one from Ulanzi CO29, and it's basically just a ball head with a magnet on it. So you can stick the camera on there and basically magnet to whatever you need to magnet on. I also have this suction cup mount that I really haven't used much. It's got a magic arm on the top. Mount your camera to it, flex it any way you want to, put it on something, suction out the air, and it's good to go. I bought this to do shots, like driving shots, but I haven't needed to make a driving shot just yet, but we'll get to it someday. I got an Arca Swiss base plate in here, mounts to the bottom of your camera. You stick it in there, tighten it up. You don't have to worry about screwing your camera onto the thread. Got some tools, hex heads, the mount stuff. I got an absolute ton of these little screws that go in all the action camera mounts, because everything you buy comes with one. But I don't need all of them. What do we got here? A lens brush, another phone mount, an L bracket, I don't hardly ever use that, and my lens cover for this camera that y'all are on. Now that's this bag. Then when I bought the R50, I was looking for a bag to put it in, since it kind of has a different purpose than the action camera here. So I got this one. Also from Ulanzi. I put me some patches on it, and there ain't a whole lot in here because all the stuff that I would put in here is out because I'm using it. But what is in here, a mount for my action cam in case I need it, my air rocket, blow dust off my lens wipe, microfiber thingamajig, and this thing that I don't use enough because I forget that I have it. And this is an ND filter for my lens, and when I film with this camera outside I need to put this on there, but I forget that I have it all the time. Like it would have done a good job if you watched my leather covers video at the beginning when I was in the outside talking to the cow. That's when I should have used it, but like I said, I always forget that I have the daggone thing. And I think that's about all that's in there. Not much room in there. and my Peak Design camera strap in the back here. Some honorable mention things that aren't on here. This light is by VGM, and VGM also makes the overhead arm that I have. It's 3 of these that lock together, and you can bend them. You know, they have joints in between them, and you can have them come out and come over top. You can put your camera on there and get you a top-down shot. And I use these for all kinds of things. It's clamped to my desk. Sometimes I'll take 2 poles off, just mount my camera directly to the one pole, and it can have a shot of me at the desk, like I've had in a couple different videos on this channel. But like I said, it's also real good. Like if you watch my most popular video so far is my basic dude planning video, and I use this to get the overhead shot of me doing my planner. This I just got for Black Friday, but I'm going to show it to you because if you're going to buy a camera, one thing you might forget about is that you got to have memory cards. Those 2 little ones right there are for the DJI. That one right there is my photo card for my camera, but I don't hardly ever use it because the one that's in there, I can't show you because it's in there right now. Taking this video onto it is for video, but you can also put pictures on it, obviously. So I just kind of use that one all the time. But I got a backup in here if I need it. And this is a card reader / card holder that I got in the mail from Black Friday yesterday. And as you just saw, you hold your cards in here when you need to use one. Like you pull it out of the camera, put it in the slot, plug it into my computer, and I'm good to go. I can get my videos off of it. And for some people that might not matter, because my laptop, like, it has the card slot in the side, so it's no problem just to stick it in the side. But my computer is an all-in-one, so the SD card reader is behind the monitor. So whenever time I need to get a card in and out, I have to reach behind the monitor and try to figure out, okay, where's that card slot? Am I putting the card in the right way? And it's a pain in the butt. So I have an external USB bank on my desk, and I got a card reader in there. And now I have this card reader. So I'm good to go. I knew I'd forget something. The batteries for my DJI in here, they're all fully charged, as you can see. Now I bought this case. This is a DJI case. And I bought it thinking it was a charging case, and it is not. It just holds them. And you can charge it through the USB-C port there. But I was kind of wanting it to be a charging case, but it is not that, unfortunately. So whenever my batteries are low, whenever I've been shooting a video for my main channel, because those are the only ones long enough to kill a battery, I just slap them in here, plug it in, and let it charge. And then I'm good to go next time I need to make a video. So the reason I say all this is because all this stuff that I have, for the most part, some stuff I don't use anymore, has been accumulated over the years. I started out on YouTube in 2016 with a cell phone. And then from there I bought a little cheap, it wasn't even wireless, little cheap Chinese made microphone, tiny little thing. I probably still have it somewhere. And I plugged that into my phone and just kind of either put it on the desk in front of me or just kind of hold it and talk into it. And then from there we moved up to the camcorder with the shotgun mic on it. Then from there we moved up to, because I was mainly just doing podcasts at my desk, I had a webcam Logitech webcam, and I had a Rode pod mic with an interface. And then whenever I ended the podcast and I decided that, hey, I want to get in this YouTube thing and I want to take it to the next level, I want to do it a little more serious, that's when I got the action camera and the R50 that I'm filming on now, and started buying accessories. Some of this stuff, you don't need it. But if you want to get creative, some of this stuff, you know, it'll really help you get creative shots if that's what you're into. Of course, if you just want to sit in front of a camera and talk, you don't really need all this stuff. But the point is, if you're going to do YouTube, that when I started YouTube in 2016 and I was just using a cell phone, nobody commented on my videos and been like, hey, you're using a cell phone, your videos are crap. Like, nobody said that. Nobody probably could even tell that I was using a cell phone. So if that's all you got and you want to flip record and like, I got something to say, and you can put it on YouTube and just use what you have. Now, granted, most cell phones don't have great microphones, but if you get close enough to it, it'll be all right. People can hear you. And like I said, these mics like this on Amazon are like 20 bucks, 30 bucks. The one I used to have, I paid like $20 for that thing, and I'd probably still be using it if I hadn't broke it. But I had it in my camera here. I was making a video out in the yard, and I had this propped up in the back window of my truck, and it fell onto the receiver and broke it all to pieces. And of course, Amazon don't sell that anymore, so. But that microphone was awesome, and it was only 20 bucks, and it just plugged right into my phone, and it was great. So a lot of YouTubers will tell you this, and I'm just going to be just like them and tell you, if you want to get started on YouTube, just use what you have. Use what you have. And if you want to edit them, because at my first videos I didn't edit. It was probably like a year before I started editing videos. And there's all kinds of free programs. DaVinci Resolve, the basic, is free. I think CapCut is free. And I think if you use Apple products, like the Apple iMovie is free, ain't it? I don't know. I don't have anything Apple. So if you wanted to edit your videos and make them, look cleaner and nicer, there's free options for that on the computer. So get out there. If you got something to say, you want to show people something, YouTube is more popular than it's ever been, and you can go into it with the mindset, and we're going to talk about this in a future video, of, well, I just want to go and get people to watch my stuff and make videos and get money and make a bunch of money and sponsors and be like Mr. Beast and be a billionaire. Well, you can do that if you want to. But if you just want to get out there and say, I have something to say and I'm going to put it on YouTube, use what you have. Nobody's going to call you out for it. So anyway, that's a look at some of the stuff I use to make my not so stellar YouTube videos. I'm still learning, okay? Still learning. But I do love the creativity that I get out of using these things. It's not like I'm just hoarding things like, oh, well, if I buy this, my YouTube videos will be so much better. Like, this ain't gonna make my YouTube videos better. This ain't gonna make my YouTube videos better. But they will make it more fun for me to make them. And if something you do is fun, then obviously it's going to be better. Anyway, I'm Stormin' Norman. I have said way too many things. Y'all have a good week.